All right, welcome back to the Huddle Table Games Network. I'm Ginger Joe.
And I am Decepticon Corey.
Oh, I know that one.
Yeah,
There we go.
I stretched too far this
But
week.
you were Decepticons, huh? That
Of
kind of fits. You're
course.
always villainy in Star Wars anyway. So,
The,
well, lately no.
the Autobots are they're the cops, and we all know AC.
Oh wow, no, that's not the case. Scrap that. Scrap that.
We're not going to get political here.
No, no.
There's long arguments here. That's not for this channel.
What we are going to do is give you the Sunday Summary, which is
Yes.
a recap of the PQs that happened over this last weekend. We had how many of them, Corey?
We had 17 actually over this last weekend. Yeah.
Yep. So
Pretty
17,
great.
one of them being a limited, which was
Yep.
nice because that is the latest addition to the competitive scene for us in the Star Wars world. Limited is very much a equal level playing field for players.
Yes.
However, the consensus by a lot of people is there's a lot more luck involved in that style of gaming than there is in Premiere. We will later on be giving you a sample of what that limited sealed would look like. So stay tuned for that.
Yep.
Before that, though, of those 17 PQs, we had 3 Data Vault winners, 2 ECL winners, 3 Park in Town winners, and 4 Blue Forts winners. There's a couple of them that we didn't get deck list data for, so I don't have that. So yes, these numbers don't equal 17 for you. And the limited format didn't tell me what they were going to be for the top 8s and everything else like that.
I will say I was watching a fair bit of the streaming and seeing a lot of Talzins and Snokes, and it's again the really strong leaders are really popping up in sealed. It's like, yep, if you got a Talzin or a Snoke and the cards that can go around it, probably have a good opportunity at that
It
point.
definitely hedges your bets.
Yes.
So, of those PQ winners, 3 of them were Han2 Blue. So Han2 Blue was the big winner for this last weekend, which would be the August 24th and 23rd. Is that where we're at right now?
Jeez,
Yeah.
let's go with that. Yep.
Yeah, we're going.
Same data.
So yeah, those outliers though that also deemed to be recognized. We had a Admiral Trench and an Avar Chris hit top 8.
Loving seeing that.
So that said, there is one thing I do want to bring up because I do think it's relevant. It was a 26-player tournament.
Yes.
I do think it's relevant mainly because smaller size tournaments will see outliers spike a lot more easily than not. So a couple other outliers was a Kazuda Data Vault.
Loving seeing that. Been working on my deck list for that. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
It's a very fun deck. I think it might be. I think I favor it over the Kazuda Blue that I was working on before, which was great. Won me second place in the showdown. But
Yep.
yeah, I think Data Vault is kind of the best spot that I'm seeing right now with Kazuda, having experimented with pretty much all of them at this point.
Yep. And that was an 82-player tournament. Then we had a Von Reg spike a second place at one of the PQs.
It's so random. I love that. Yeah, Von Reg. Okay.
That was a 58-player PQ.
Yeah.
And the one that I think are the better anomaly ones that spiked out, this is a 113-player PQ. We had a Pro Data Vault.
I mean, you know how happy I am about
that one. Well,
love seeing that.
Well, then why aren't you playing it? Because it's more than capable. You didn't think it could get there. I think it was set up right, and here we have proof you were wrong.
And the argument, I still think Kazuda's better. I still think the Kazuda Data Vault is better. But I love seeing Poe win. Poe is so much fun. It is a great deck that I think is just going to keep getting better. That's the best thing about it is the Poe deck is not as heavy on first 3 set cards. So especially once rotation hits, that's going to be a huge spike for that deck.
Yeah. So the other one that spiked in that tournament was a Talzin Yellow. Got 6th place. So I have definitely been seeing a downtrend of Talzin Blue.
Yeah.
It just doesn't seem to be hitting. It spiked the Worlds, but people have not been able to repeat what he was capable of at Worlds, it feels like. So, yes, there are a couple of them, but it just feels like, by and large.
I think you're seeing what you kind of expect with a deck that is very strong, but has some solid weaknesses that people have figured out how to exploit.
Sure.
And that's just, I think, where it's at. Like you're seeing a lot of people still trying to play it, but the top decks have figured out where its weaknesses are and how to target that while still being competitive in other decks. And I think that's really bringing that deck down a fair bit.
Sure. The other trend that we've been seeing is the rise of Data Vault
Yep.
coming back again. This kind of was the where everything was ending at the end of last set. Was everybody was Data Vault this and Data Vault that? We're kind of seeing that again. I saw a Ray Data Vault in the PQs. I saw Kira Data Vault starting to come back into play again.
Seeing more of those again, yeah.
And then you still always have your staples of the Boba Fett Data Vaults. I'm starting to see Kaz Data Vaults come into play. So do we need to whip out our anti-Data Vault decks again? What were those?
That I mean, makes sense. I honestly I was a little surprised on how much Data Vault dropped off at the beginning of the set. I guess people were trying to focus more on force decks, but I mean, this is something I was honestly wrong about myself. When I first saw Data Vault, I'm like, 10 extra cards for just 3 health? I don't think that's worth it. But time and time again, I mean, the deck, starting to play Data Vault, I played Kira Data Vault, I played Poe Data Vault. It's like, that 3 health saves your life a lot of the time. And it makes a big difference. And that little bit of extra time does change things. So I think we're kind of in a situation again where it's like if you're green, why aren't you playing Data Vault? You usually can. The 10 cards don't hurt as much as you would think, especially when you build your deck. I always say when I'm building my deck, I look at those 10 extra cards and where am I filling in additional things that do the same thing as something else. So I'm just having more of something so that I can draw this one or this one. Both are fine. These are what I'm looking for. So it gives you a little bit more.
You mean like Luke and Anakin?
Like Anakin. Things like that. So yeah, it doesn't. That 10 extra cards I don't find as punishing most of the time. There are definitely moments where it's like, I need a card and I don't get it. But it's not that often because I usually have extra things covering what I need. So, yeah, I think if you're green, you should be looking at Data Vault no matter what, unless you need the Force and you need a Force deck. I think ECL is just.
Have our Chris Data Vault. I got the Force and the Data Vault. Bring it.
Oh, I kind of want to build that. It's not going to be good, but I also want any excuse to try to use command. There we go. No, I think we're going to continue to see this trend. I think we're going to continue to see it in future sets. It's just a really good base. I mean, that's really all there is to it. Like it's proven its viability and how valuable it is, and I don't see that changing.
Yeah. Well, the other bit of breaking news that we have that came out was the release of the sectors and regionals. Yes. And we here in Portland are very happy because we got a sector coming to us. Yes. So we don't got to go anywhere. So that's definitely something that we're excited about. And you will definitely see both Corey and I at that sector.
Oh, 100%. I'm excited. I can genuinely I don't even have to travel. I can just drive 15 minutes across town to go to this. Awesome. I love it. Could not be happier.
All right, so keep your eye out. That's going to wrap us up for the Sunday summary for this week. We'll be back next Sunday with another summary of what's going on. And also look for other Holotable Games Network presents as we do different gameplay videos, like we're going to be making one for the sealed environment as a little demo for you coming up, and other videos in the future. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you all.